Alright.
Hello everybody, Lava Templeton with another video. I think I turned off all of the gain and whatnot. I was playing around with my mic. Go ahead and load that up. There goes the sun. You're gonna see that a lot. I'm gonna go down, despite the fact that all I need to do is press the spacebar, because I'm so used to robotic battle maiden. Alright. Yeah, I don't expect to see it again anytime soon. The night shift is rough. Any tips for coping? I got up early today, but I usually try to force myself to stay up till noon. I can't sleep properly without vitamin D, and you just don't get enough in that morning. What about weekends? Some of the girls switch back to a diet. Never, I don't rhythm on their days off, but I can't deal with the constant readjustment. I reckon stick to the nocturnal just about just. Oh, I reckon stick to nocturnal. Just bite the bullet and commit to it. Do transfers to the day shift ever happen? Nope, don't. But don't stress. You're among the good. You're among good company. Everyone hates the night shift. Come on, I'll show you around. Okay, I gotta say it. These transitions are clean. The transitions in like all the other Glit games, not as clean as the ones in this. Good evening, citizens. My name's Senior Constable Kitty Necro. How can the Acton City Police Department help you today? Oh, it's nice to meet you, Constable. I love how he just goes along with it. My name's Hunter. I'm starting as a junior officer. Of course, the new recruit. Welcome to the team, Hunter. I'm sure you'll be a great addition to. Kitty, what did I say about manning the front desk? God! And you know you're not supposed to be wearing that uniform. Am I gonna have to tell your dad about this? You wouldn't dare. Go get changed, or I'm walking straight into his office. So who is that exactly? Kitty Necro. She's Captain's daughter. She's only 13 years old, but feels she should be treated as an adult. We've all been there. I used to wear a policeman's cap when I was about her age too. I didn't attempt to pose as an actual police officer. If she asks you to go patrol with her, you're to say no. She is not a legitimate employee of this department. And also, you're going to want to check the back seat. Whenever you go out, she has a tendency to hide back there. And keep an eye on your surface. I left mine in the car once. 15 minutes later, Kitty was using it to take down a small scale drug dealer. Seriously? Seriously, watch out for Kitty. She's a real one. We should get you into trouble. So, people just leave weapons unattended around here? No wonder I'm surprised. Do I look like a police officer now? Yeah, you look great, kid. You'll fit right in here. This is my first time wearing the uniform. It's a pretty surreal feeling. The novelty will wear off too. There's 4 sets of uniforms in this bag here. You'll have to wash them yourself, but you can claim laundry on your tax return. Ember, I think you made a mistake with a skirt here. Welcome to Act Classic. Gender swapping accidents happen all the time. Backup uniforms are always handy to have. Gender swapping. Is that actually a thing that happens here? You bet, but don't worry. They're usually reversible. We'll cross that bridge. Is this like a sure thing? Yes, and when it does happen, you're going to want to get yourself checked out in the lab. It's down there. It's down those stairs to your right. Ah, so we've got an on-site forensics team. No, that would require our department to have a reasonable budget. The mayor keeps cutting our funding, but we found a way to make it. Isn't that Pandarai? Is he still the mayor? I know he was the mayor in the last one, but I don't know how much time has passed. What do you mean, make do? Alright, so this is the... I'm not gonna lie. That scared the shit out of me. Was that an explosion? Yeah, that happens a lot down here. We have to outsource our tech team, and the lab isn't exactly occupational health and safety compliant. Why do we even have a lab then? This doesn't seem safe. Dang it, not again. Any reason why you're assigned, Danny? I had a bit of a mishap with my transformation chamber. I've been trying to give myself wings, but I overloaded the system again. I've turned myself into so many things over the years that my base human form isn't particularly stable. I always end up reverting to a slime girl. It'll wear off in a few hours though. I don't mind moving around for a bit. It'll wear off in a few hours, though I don't mind. Hunter, this is Dr. Danielle. She's one of our lab technicians specialized in transformation. Please, just call me Danny. Welcome to the team. Transformation science. That's where you turn people into monsters, right? Sure is. I actually invented the discipline several years ago. I made a small fortune selling all of my patents to investment groups. Then I blew all my money on a failed theme park. I only managed to build half a roller coaster before the bank foreclosed on me. I'm with Hunter here. What? No, don't dodge the question. What? Now I work here. It's a bit of a downgrade from running my own research laboratory, but I can't complain too much. So how does transformation science work exactly? It's different to magic, isn't it? I'm so sorry. I keep getting closer and further from my mic, and I'm realizing that because I have it set up so I can hear my own voice. So every now and again, I'll just subconsciously start to back off because I don't want to hear my own voice. Okay, I'm gonna move closer so that way I always am here. There we go. Alright. Would you care for a demonstration? Don't, it's a trick. It's not a trick, it's just one theorem. I think I'll pass. Aww. She certainly seems interesting. Stay away from those theorems, Hunter. Is Danny the only person who works down here? That's okay. You gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop with the jump scare explosion. Speak of the devil. Do explosions happen a lot down here? Yes. Ember, darling, I've started a fire. I need you to absorb the flames before the whole building goes to smoke. What would you people do? Channeling. There we go. Thank you, darling. Steam Tech can be very Steam Tech. You must be the new recruit. Pleasure to meet you. And apologies about the mess up. Steam Tech refers to technology built using steam pipes rather than electricity. It's how we get power down in the frac. I've been trying to replicate some of the ATPD's systems with the steam technology, but the pressure up here is different and the pipes can be a little bit unstable at times. Is that safe? It will be once I finish the design. The particular problem I'm dealing with is rather complicated. I've been running into all sorts of issues. Is this the ISIS system? Indeed it is. I may have bitten off more than I can chew here, but I'll keep trying. Just to fill you in, Hunter, the day shift have access to this high-tech AI program called HITIAM. It does all sorts of basic tasks and pretty much eliminates the need for desk work. Except day shift won't give us their access to their system. There's some political dispute behind the scenes to do with our funding, We don't get to use any of the day shift's gadgets, so Tabitha here has been trying to improvise. It's slow work, but I'm making progress. Once you're out in the field, Danny and I will provide you support from here in the lab. We've got a fully stocked forensics lab, and we can analyze any sample you can think of. Tabitha is also extremely well versed on history of the crack. Her knowledge has proved instrumental in solving justification. Thank you, darling. I appreciate your kind words. She really is just Edna. Sorry. I'm getting through it, but I want this voice out of my headset. I've got a lot of questions about the crack, but that pipe over there appears to be leaking a lot of steam. I should let you get back to work. Okay, it stopped. I was just about to say, Tabitha is like genuinely just, she's Edna from The Incredibles. Not exactly, but mostly she's Edna. Extremely smart, capable of building like really cool stuff, but her work is outdated. She's got the circular glasses, she's got that sort of Bob style going on. She says darling like every fifth word. Ah, that's a surprise. If it depressurizes, the whole system will collapse. We should get out of here before there's another explosion. Come, I'll introduce you to the captain. Is he aware of what's going on down here? The best track in the entirety of the series has come on. Okay, I don't remember if this is something that they have on the YouTube channel, but if it is, I need to find it. This is like literally, legitimately my jam. You were 12 years old back then. Yes, and the game released 7 years ago, and here I am with my ribbons and my hair. Not looking a day older. You look different. My character design sucks. I should be a sexy family girl like everyone else. Like you're not kidding. Please have this discussion. I'm not even remotely happy about this. It's been over Wait, hold on. Sorry, they decapitated my Neckarai. What happened to his bulging muscles and rippling abs? Where is my main man at? Is he just depressed? What happened to him? What happened to his JoJo pose? His constant JoJo pose? What were you talking about? These two have some very strange conversations. It's best not to think about it too much. Sorry about that. You know how kids are. They're always unhappy about something. I'm not a kid. I'm legally an adult. What? Hold on. What? Hold on. Please tell me that's a joke. Okay. She's not. Well, I think that she considers herself an adult because she's aware of time outside of the game's like in-game time. So because 7 years have passed, she considers herself 7 years old than when the first game initially started. So by that logic, she's 19. But in reality, she's 13. So, okay, I see where she's coming from. She's not. Let's get things back on topic. I take it you're my new recruit. Quick side tangent. She isn't legally an adult. I see where she is coming from in the sense that I know what she's thinking when she says it. She isn't, though. Quick distraction topic to get your minds off of the weird whatever tangent that was. Do you guys think that the elementals in this world are immortal? Because they don't seem to need to eat if they're in their elemental form. We've never seen them eat in their elemental form. And as far as we can tell, the marble resets you once every couple of hours, which means unless you sustain like huge amounts of damage all at once, you'll just heal back to your initial state with enough magical energy, obviously. And then you just won't be injured. So as long as you don't sustain significant injuries, you should theoretically be able to live forever. Fight me in the comments. I am 100% sticking to this theory. I sure am. Pleasure to be here, sir. Huh. No need for formalities. We're pretty loose with the rank run. Just call me Captain Hector. I've been reviewing your file, Hunter. These are some pretty impressive test scores. It's not easy to top 3. There were a lot of applicants for your role. It's hard to get steady work at the moment, and with our budget, we almost never get to hire any new staff. But the second I saw those test scores, I knew you were the right man for the job. I won't lie, I didn't even bother reading past the first page of your application. I guess all those long nights studying and staying up studying the criminal code really did pay off. They certainly did, but I've run into a bit of a problem processing your paperwork. Your service weapon registration form seems to have gone missing somehow. You got a digital copy you can email to me by any chance? If not, I'll just contact the academy and get them to send it to you. Uh-oh. Did you actually only read the first page of my job application? Of course not. I skimmed through the rest. You're exactly the sort of person we need here, Hunter. Test scores are double that of anyone else in the department. And that includes the science cat. What? And you read the part where I said I graduated from joint degree in social work? You got a bachelor's degree? Even better! My class was part of a new initiative put forward by the federal government. We specialize in conflict de-escalation, mental health assessment, and community outreach. There isn't a service weapon registration form there because I'm not authorized to carry one. I'm not even allowed to use non-lethal weapons like stun guns. You're not allowed to use stun guns. They're not as harmless as their name will lead you to believe. Sexual occurrence can cause horrific spinal injury. ... Ember, can you come in here? Yeah, what's up? Have you heard of conflict de-escalation officers? Is that a thing? Yeah, they're a bunch of misguided knocks that somehow think they can magically talk themselves out of any hostile situation. None of them have any real-world experience. A degree isn't going to do you much use when you're standing down a knife-wielding maniac. Those boofheads have got no idea what they're getting themselves into. Okay, we might have a little problem here. Wait, don't tell me Hunter's going. Conflict de-escalation. Yeah. Bloody hell. Honestly, I agree with Ember here. Not in the sense that, like, it's impossible, but, like, in the first scene of Max's, it doesn't matter how much of a conflict de-escalation officer you are. Those guys were ready to kill some police officers. Ready and willing. Kind of wanted to, honestly. If you ran around Axon City completely and totally unperturbed to the idea of, I don't know how else to say this, people wanting to kill you as a police officer, you're not ready. I'm surprised Max survived in between the first and second game. Maybe I should have read past the first page. Hunter, do you know anything about Axon City? It's not just criminals and drug addicts we deal with. We have to deal with all sorts of magical nonsense. What are you going to do the next time the city is invaded by monster girls from the frat? Sit down and talk to them? Didn't we reach a truce with the monster girl tribe? Because we sat down and talked to them? Yes, but we had to stop them from destroying the city with an army of tentacle monsters first, which wouldn't have been possible without the use of force. See, that's where I disagree. A good chunk of the city was destroyed during the invasion. If you'd used conflict de-escalation technique, then what? They would have packed up and gone home. You saved the city from total annihilation multiple times. We saved the city multiple times from total annihilation. Multiple times, mind you. And what do we get? A condescending speech from someone with no real world experience. I'm not going out there with a partner that doesn't even have my back. Ember, you've been going on solo patrols for months now. And you're a flame goddess. You've got more than enough literal firepower for the two of you. If something goes horribly wrong, Hunter can always enroll in a gun force. Having people with fresh ideas on the team is a good thing. And I do have your back, Ember. Sure. As much as I want to agree with Hunter, I completely agree with Ember here. Hunter, I'm. How do I say this? I'm gonna be a bit disappointed if Hunter doesn't have a very severe struggle with not being able to talk. Cause folks in Axon City ain't normal people. He's some fucking psychopaths, okay? He might be able to talk down Mikey or Jay, but Max talks them down. After shooting them in the spine, sure, but he talks them down. Thing is, Hunter's Hunter's got nothing, dude. If he encounters one dude who is not having it, that's it. It's wrapped. Hunter's a ghoul now. Because Reztech is a thing. But he would literally have to go through death. I think you two are going to make a great team. You'll just need to spend a bit of time getting to know each other's work style. And the only way to do that is in the field. That's such a bad idea, in my own personal opinion. They're two polar opposites, which, maybe means they'll work, but genuinely, I think that Ember is just gonna... You know what? Maybe Ember's work style is different than what I'm imagining it to be. Because I just imagine her being exactly like Max and just rushing headlong into a firefight immediately. Haha, pun intended. We've got a few reports from the public that trouble is brewing up in Axon Heights again. Doesn't look like anything too dramatic, so I need both of you to head on over and suss it out. Fine, come on. Let's get to it. There it is. Right at the top of page 2. I really should have read more of this job application. This kid's gonna get himself killed. At least it'll be funny to watch. So, you gonna say anything, or are you just gonna keep glaring air angrily at me? Is this one of your fabled conflict de-escalation techniques? I'm just trying to talk to you, Ember. There's clearly been a misunderstanding. You don't say. I'm not here to tell you how to do your job. If you feel you need to use your stun rifle or your flame elemental powers, then I'm not going to stop you. The ACPD has done some great work, and I'm not trying to have a go at you or anyone else working in the department. You just think you can do a better job than us. That's all? I think my approach has some merit. I believe I can achieve the same results you've been having without relying on the use of force. Sure you can. I'm not saying I'm right, though. No one's tried anything like this before. This could be a complete and unmitigated disaster. It will. You're going to get some. See, I'm not so sure about that. Let's just see how things go, and we can let the results speak for themselves. I hope it shot his face with a taser or some shit as soon as he tries to talk to someone. That would perhaps be the funniest thing this game could do. If it does not end up like that, I'm not going to be mad, and I'm not going to be sad. But I'm going to be very disappointed. But the two of us are going to need to work as a team, and we need to be on speaking terms. Listen, I get it. We all joined the first force bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, thinking we could make a difference and change how things operate. I wasn't as naive as you are, but I did have some pretty lofty ideals and dreams. I really do get where you're coming from, but a complete ban of the use of force, conflict de-escalation, and no violent approaches sounds great on paper, but they just don't line up with reality. A lot of these people can't be reasoned with Hunter, especially when they're out on the streets. I completely agree with Ember, because, Hunter doesn't have a whole lot of authority, right? And when it comes to humans, panic is, the number one thing that they'll do, right? So if you are confronted with jail time or fucking not jail time, you're gonna take not jail time 100% of the time. And if that means you've gotta knock a dude out, you're more than willing to do that. And the longer you go on doing something like that, the more likely you are to end up being willing to pull the trigger. Sometimes the best way forward is a quick blast from the stun gun. If you're locked in cells, you can use all the conflict de-escalation techniques that you want. See, that's where I think you're wrong. We don't need service weapons to do our job. You're wrong, but I'm sorry for losing my temper. I am a fiery redhead after all. Who knows, maybe your post really is better. I'm not at all convinced, but let's come back to this subject in a week. I have a feeling you'll change your opinion once you see what we deal with. The streets aren't safe right now, and people are doing it tough. We need to be able to protect ourselves and members of the public from criminals. We can't do that without our service weapons. Well, unless you have flame-powered weapons. Stun guns tend to cause a lot less collateral. Hold up, can you hear screaming outside? Yep, let's get to work. Help! Police! I take it you're the person who called us? How can we help? An octopus girl is trying to rob the terrarium. The terrarium? The coffee shop near the park. Makes me old. Makes me Thai latte. Yeah, they're pretty greedy if you ask me. I wouldn't recommend them. An octopus girl robbed the store? No, she's robbing it right now. She's got the barista all tied up. She's demanding he hand over all the money in the cabinet. Sensible attack, huh? Sounds like the perfect opportunity to debut your conflict de-escalation skills, Hunter. I'll let you handle this one. If you need me, I'll be in the car. Seriously, you're abandoning me on our first date. No, I'm going to monitor the situation from the patrol view. If our suspect makes a runner, then I'll pursue them. I'm providing backup from afar. Good luck de-escalating this situation. You don't want to beat around the bush with me. Thanks, Ember. So, can I go? I need you to stay here for a moment, at least until we get the situation under control. Fine, but if I get attacked by a tentacle monster, then that's on you. Okay, I'm not gonna ever not vibe this song when it comes on. So, sorry, not sorry. Not even a little sorry. Hunter, you there? Oh hey, Captain Ekarai, I'm here, and I'm on the scene at Axon Heights. There seems to be a robbery in progress. In progress? The call came in 20 minutes ago. Why would the culprit still be on the scene? Not sure, that's what I'm here to find out. I've been monitoring the situation in my office, and it looks like Ember has gone back to the car. She's not making you solve your first case on your own, is she? I was worried this might happen. Ember can get pretty moody when she's all fired. Well, this is the perfect opportunity for you to show us your stuff. I know what you're capable of, Hunter, and I'm confident you can figure this out on your own. Thanks, Captain Ekarai. I appreciate it. That being said, in the event that you do need the assistance, then I am here to help. Raise me on the radio anytime you like. Now, personally, I think these sort of things are much more fun when you solve them on your own. Especially this first case, it would be pretty straightforward. We all get stuck in it. Though, and that's the radio show. Keep this between the two of us, so there won't be any negative consequences for calling. Thanks, Captain Ekarai. I need your assistance, I'll let you know. Okay, so I have to do things. Great. Good luck out there, Hunter. Do the ACPD proud. I don't think I'll need help. Solve my fair share of simulated cases back in the academy. I'm gonna close this case. I need to gather evidence and talk to witnesses. I've got a gut feeling this robbery isn't as straightforward. Oh my god. Switching on body camera. Let's get to work. Okay. Right near the scene of the crime, I should look around and see if anything stands out as suspicious. Hold up, what's that over there? like an old shed. I should head over there and take a closer look. The worst obviously. Right. Building looks pretty run down. I'm guessing it's an old gardener shed. Not in great nick. The walls are rotting. What the fuck does that even mean? And the hinges are coated with a thick layer of rust. I doubt it's been maintained in decades. And yet there's a brand new padlock on the door. Not a cheap one either. Not sure what this has to do with the case yet, but my intuition is telling me there's something important. Could this be linked to the robbery? Jono! How you doing? I think you're John. Yeah, Jono! Good evening, officer. Good evening. I'm just here minding my own business. I've been in trouble with the law plenty of times in the past, but I'm a reformed citizen now. Uh-huh. You can search me if you'd like. I've got no incriminating evidence on me whatsoever. Okay, now I think you do have incriminating evidence. Please go ahead, frisk me all you like. You know what, Hooker? I'm getting the same vibe. This isn't a weird sex thing where you try to get the police officer to pat you down in public. It's horned about people like you, if you ask me. It's not a weird sex thing at all, officer. I'm just more than happy to cooperate with law enforcement. The more you talk, the more you make it sound like a weird sex thing. Look, the only thing I have on me is some cat. There's nothing to do about that. I'm not really sure what's going on here, mate. Nothing's going on. I'm just a normal citizen. Enjoying an evening stroll. Is Hubert here? Tell me Hubert here. Hunter, this is all you're good at. Tell me where Hubert is. Tell me. De-escalate the conflict with where Hubert is. Part of the park. Back onto a lake. Wait. Pretty. I might have to come back here for an evening stroll some other time. Lakeside really is quite a thing. Put that on the ground, a $10 note. No? Huh, someone robbed it. Find the owner, I'll send it back. But that seems pretty unlikely. Sweet. Quiet pace, look around. Okay. Hey, you got some time to answer some questions? Of course, officer. I'm more than happy to help. Who you is, Jono? So who are you exactly? The name's Jono. I'm an outstanding citizen. Is your surname Jono? Portier. According to my database, you've been arrested 38 times. Yes, but I completed the rehab course instead of coming up with get-rich-quick schemes. I focused all my money on energy, and oh my god, I had a brain injury. There's no other explanation other than the fact that I'm just yeah, but I completed the rehab course. Instead of coming up with get-quick schemes, I focused all my energy towards the betterment of society. You're veteran by loitering around the park. I'm not committing any crimes. At least not today, then. It's all about giving people the benefit of the doubt. There's something about that statement that just doesn't ring true. What are you doing? Enjoying the night air. It's a beautiful evening tonight, isn't it, officer? It is, but there's also an active crime scene nearby. Is there a reason why you're here? The crazy tentacle girl's got nothing to do with me. I'm just minding my own business. Said it was an active crime scene. Never said there was a tentacle girl involved. There's been a lot of screaming in the cafe. I figured the tentacle girl had something to do with it. I saw her walk in earlier. She looked really angry, so I kept my distance. You got any idea what happened there? Nope, I've just been here minding my own business and enjoying the night air, and I definitely haven't committed any crime. You gotta stop saying. For some reason, I don't believe you. Okay. Thanks for your time. No problem, officer. Have a great evening. Yeah, this guy fucking did. Okay. Excuse me, would you mind answering some questions? It gets me out of here quicker than sure. What happened? Tell me about the incident. You mean the robbery? I haven't confirmed whether it was robbery yesterday. The crazy octopus girl is holding the cashier upside down, demanding he hand over all the money in the cash. I'm pretty sure that counts as robbery, Jake. What exactly did you do? I was standing there minding my own business when all of a sudden this girl goes completely mental. She starts screaming about money, and in less than a second, there's the cashier all wrapped up in her physical. That was when I decided to go to sleep. Coming here every night is the highlight of it. But if they keep getting robbed like this, they'll close up shop pretty much every other coffee shop in town. Speaking of which, shouldn't you be stopping the robbery instead of talking to me? I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but I'm just gathering evidence. It's all part of the process. Just shoot her in the spine with a stun gun already. That's why I called you guys in the first place. I love her. She's the greatest. Have you seen anything odd around here? Odd? You mean aside from the robbery? Yeah, anything that stands out as strange or irregular. Potentially, it could really be the case. I genuinely hope that there is nothing off about him. He's just taking it too far. I sound like I hate Hunter. And that's only because I hate Hunter. I don't know. The second that he told me he was like anti-violence, I immediately went from liking him to disliking him. Like that. Like instantaneous. If you're not willing to scrap, then I don't need you on my side, dog. Go ahead and slide up out of here. It's a robbery. It seems pretty cut and dry to me. Although, that guy over there, the one near the lake. Yeah? When I called you, he was doing something weird in the bushes. I'm pretty sure he threw something in that old garden shed back there. He looks more like a drug dealer than a gardener to me. I have a feeling he was up to no good. So you saw the man over there place something in an abandoned shed. Yeah, but I didn't see what he threw. Maybe it was a drug. You should probably look into that. I will, thanks for letting me know. I'll ask you. My name's Hunter. I'm a police officer from the HPD. Why are you at the park? I'm Alyssa, and I come here every night after work. The terrarium sells the cheapest dog in town. Really? How cheap? $4 for a large. That's a good price. I genuinely think I might be able to tolerate excess cities for coffee today. Well, that is cheap. So why are you getting coffees at this late in the evening? I'm a full-time Fox girl. I'm nocturnal. I don't really sleep that much. I usually just grab a few hours of sleep in the day. Sounds rough. We're about to do work. Got a few top jobs. Right now I work primarily at coffee time, selling like sushi, and dim sum place. That's a lot of jobs, Alyssa. Yet my rent continues to rise. I think I'll have to pick up a fourth job if I actually want to start pulling together some savings. The cost of living crisis is getting out of hand. Tell me about it. I won't tell you about it. That's all for now. I'll take your time. I go home now. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna look up here one more time. That wasn't really Have you been hanging around that old shed near the entrance? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you sure? I got a sworn testimony from a citizen to tell you over there. You do you? All conversations basically are recorded. Can't play it back for you now for privacy reasons, but you've been cited over there. What's the crime here? I was standing near a shed. How was that illegal? I clearly hit a nerve here, but I need to link this to the ongoing robbery. I don't have a thing. You want me to click this? Why are you showing me a radio? I don't know. The game wouldn't let me not click something. I think I'm on the wrong track here. Yeah, no. Why did I walk here? I'm a freaking idiot. Okay, I really do like this. I'm gonna look one more time. Mine here. Okay, I guess I have to go in. What? 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 Oh, wow. No, not Stabby Sam! Ah! Stop resisting, you're powerless against my mighty fist. And that clumsy blade of yours is going to help you. Seems like someone right? No matter. I have it. Okay, I'll step back. My name is H.E. Yeah, question. Just looks like a god. Oh, that man spent. You need to put him down. Tell me what's going on. Silence, I've dealt with him before. You say you're formed by the order, but all you do is sit back and blast with the lightning. I'm solving this my own way. Now are you going to give me all the money and cash register or not? Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and arrest this crazy bitch. You made up. Stop throwing him around, you're gonna hurt him. You, put the knife down. I said stay out. I have been wronged, and as a warrior for a bird tribe, I demand full restitution. Now hand over the money. Okay, I wasn't expecting to talk down to come on Thursday, but here we are. That's extremely racist, pretty sure. You might be trying to rob the cafe, but don't it's a straightforward route. You're talking about being involved. Expect the chef is claims it. But assaulting him was the right way to go about it. Rather than jumping in there, or her there. Your left head is pretty big. Something like this. That's what no security cameras. All the pages are cleared up. What's that over there? He's on the couch. That I don't think that's allowed. You know what? Maybe it is. I'm not a police officer, nor am I a lawyer. Okay. Yeah, I found it at the cafe. Padlock. 2. Cash register. Right here. Work? Not something most people carry around with them. Whatever you've had doesn't matter. Hey, that doesn't necessarily mean that. What? Shed is full to the brim with stolen purses and bags. Cashier. I'd say he's been up to no good and been smoking long. They've gone through the bags, taken out anything of value, they dump them. Checking to the ongoing incident cafe. Any of these bags from that hospital girl? Maybe one at the top of the pile. It looks like something going to read. Take a closer look. And I actually look. First, bit of a mess. Looks to be some sort of ceremonial dagger. It might be a monster name, but I'm not sure. They're allowed to carry them. Pretty smart. Here we go, a wallet. No money inside. Right, but there's an ID card. I just pull it, throw it, or burn. Girl in castle. That's the girl's cafe. Explain why she's demanding the cashier pay for all of her money. He's the one who robbed her, not the other. But he's at the cafe right now, because he can't admit it. This strikes me as a two-man operation. Someone else hit this person in the head. Many times over. I'm sighing a lot for somebody who is actually enjoying the game. Don't get me wrong, this is fun. I just genuinely, it makes it seem like Axon is a misunderstood place. And I've always just kind of had the vibe that Axon is a crazy wild town full of a bunch of bum-fuck idiots who cannot keep their guns in their holsters. Alright. Boy, Jono, I know you were near the shed, blah, 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 blah. I already said all this, I'm not saying it again. Hurt. Oh, hold up. Kind of funky. Vibe with it. See this wallet? Da-da-da. Notice how it's empty. All the debit cards were cashed. But whoever nicked this left the driver's license in the back. The driver's license just so happened to belong to this girl who is robbing the cafe. Try to explain how this girl wallet just so happened to wind up inside the locked shed we're hanging around. It wasn't me. The other guy at the cafe you're looking for, he's the one who robbed her. The guy who's currently wrapped up in tentacles and being held upside down. He put the person there, did he? Unless he has magic stretchy arms, then I can't exactly see how he was able to do that. Wait, do they have magic stretchy arms in Arkansas City? That might actually be a thing here. That's like shit on fire. Dude, Gabriel is such a shit criminal. Why would he admit to that? I mean, he could literally just say, oh yeah, that guy probably got some magic power. Teleportation magic is a thing. It wouldn't be that much of a stretch to say that he just teleported the item. I'm charging you with robbery under Action City Criminal Code. You stole that girl first, and that's why she went. She just accused wrong person. Hey, this wasn't my idea. Stab example when he said we should throw all the stuff. Through all the stuff we stole in the shed. With two-man operation, we distracted them while I need to stop. I know the criminal code. There was two of us. You can only charge us for half the crime each. Yeah, no, that's not how the criminal code works at all. It isn't? Not in the slightest, mate. I can take you to the station right now and just spend all night doing paperwork so you can come clean and hand over what you've got, what you stolen. I'm sure your friend would appreciate it. It might calm down the opposite girl who has been suspended from the ceiling. If I hand over the money, will I get a free money? That's up to the judge. But if you cooperate, and I doubt you'll get more than a month's worth of fees. Yeah, that's not so bad. Definitely made more than a month's worth of paper. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud. Now, give me the girl. Fine, here's the damn tab. Oh, that's $500 here. No wonder she's pissed off. I thought she was pissed off with me. I've updated your file. You'll receive a phone call with your court date once the court opens tomorrow. Yeah, I know how it works. After 39 arrests, you'd think he'd have learned his lesson. I guess the rehab system doesn't work for everyone. Hoping he'd be accepted to school. At least we got outdoors some money back to give it back to her before she actually strangles someone. I don't think she'll accidentally. Okay. Hey, put that guy down for a second and listen. Silence, human! Yeah, no. You're gonna want to hear what I've recovered your stolen phone. You have. Sure did. You got $500 stealing. I know for a fact that you belongs to you. 500? You only stole... I mean, yes. I did have 500. Taken off. Awesome. That money is rightfully mine. Put the chef down right now. You can have it. Ah. You didn't even throw it. He got one. This money back to work right there. Like that. Okay, so what are you going to do to allure it? Despite the fact that he had a reasonable reaction that was probably justified, I doubt that it's like a legally sound reason. Like, just because somebody stole shit from you doesn't start grabbing them to the point where, like, you're making blood rush to their head. Like, that's definitely got to be illegal in some way. You need to arrest this loser. She's completely and utterly mental. You can't use your tentacles to hold people upside down and then hurl them across the room. It's illegal. I'll get to her in a minute. We need to discuss your little robbery ring you said. Where you defend patrons while your partner makes their belongings and then dumps the evidence instead. What do you know about the shed? Bloody hell. John ran his mouth again, didn't he? Don't worry about John. What you need to worry about is yourself right now. You're Sam, right? You listed the system as one of John's friends and collaborators. Yeah, that's me. Your arrest record is pretty, Sam. The 5th time in 6 months you've been caught running a scam like this. You got a good job here, but now you've gone and ruined it by stealing. The cycle needs to stop. A good job? Mate, you've got no bloody idea. Do you know how much money my rent is? Working here doesn't pay the bills. If I didn't make them a bit of money here and there, I'd be sleeping on the street. Support services that can help you with your bills. You need to support services. That's a 4-week wait before I can get an appointment with anyone at government. And all they ever do is claim you somehow owe them money. I know things aren't ideal, but you can take your high and mighty nonsense and blog off, mate. You've got no idea what it's like to be me. Can you give me the bloody court summons so I can get out of here already? Here's the details. Someone from the court will be in touch. Yeah, I know how it works. Hey, are you at least going to apologize to the poor Oxford girl for causing her so much trouble? She threw me against a bloody wall. She can blog off too. Alright, I might need to work on my outfit. But at least I caught the culprit and returned the girl's money. Excuse me, you recover her purse as well. Alright, I did actually. Here you go. First the stitching of this. Bloody human. Now that's definitely racist. Alright, the two of us need to have a talk about responding to different situations. I know you were wrong. Grabbing people with tentacles and looking down is not an approach. That's blatantly false. If I hadn't grabbed that human, he would have never been brought to justice, and I'd never recover my $300. I mean, $500. I did you a service, officer. You didn't do me a service, you committed assault. I'll let it slide this time. You need to change how you react to a situation like this. I don't think I'll be changing anything, thank you very much. Can I go now? You can go now. I'm sorry you had a rough evening. Maybe I'll buy myself a new purse. I have been thinking about getting a nice one. I've got some extra cash. Phew, I managed to solve the situation without going to the violence. I'm not sure if it's public up to see a violence person, but I'm not going to change the world overnight. These things take time. So does the crime team, evidence, records, and legal freedom. Alright, I think I'm all done here. Time to report back to my useful part. Wow, that's a fucked up thing to say. What? Hunter, you're back! So, that was your first principal attack. They're a lot slimier than you think, aren't they? I wasn't attacked by tentacles. I successfully de-escalated the situation and arrested the culprit without resorting to violence. No, you didn't. The Oxford girls are completely and utterly neutral. The first response is to go straight for attacking people with their tentacles. I was able to talk her down. You can watch the body cam footage if you don't believe me. I don't believe you. Let's take a look at the footage. Huh. Oxford girl attacking in public, but you let them. But you just left them there while you wandered around to gather evidence. The captain isn't going to be happy about that, Hunter. The captain isn't going to be happy you sat in the car watching movies on your phone instead of helping your partner with their first case either. Hey, I was doing stuff. I finalized the paperwork on the 2 culprits you sent through the system. I saved you an hour of frustrating busy work. Huh. I would have preferred some actual help on the case, but dang. I can be a good partner when I need to be, and I did give you something while I was here. I probably should have... What? Hold on. I did some thinking while I was here. I probably should give your approach a proper chance, even if it's dangerous and stupid. I'm still going to chalk it up to this being a fluke, but these are impressive results, Hunter. Nice. I'll win you over to my way of thinking. Just wait. Let's head back to the station. What's the button the third time? The screen says flash. It says dispensing there. Ignore that and enter the number for the project you want. I want cheese and onion flavored chips. E5. Oh, it's dispensing the chips. Without it costing you the snaps. See? I told you I could be a good partner sometime. Should we really be stealing snaps from the vending machine though? I thought Captain Necker is off just next door. taught me this trick. The captain doesn't care. $7 for a small bag of chips does seem kind of insane. I don't feel particularly bad about taking the bag. No one buys these chips at full price anyway. Once a month, a techie comes over and throws out all the all the out-of-date food in a dumpster. If anything, we're doing a good deed here. We're preventing good food from going to waste. I don't know if I actually class this as good timber. I don't ever think it. Just enjoy your free trip. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Well, all in all, I think my first day went well. River seems to be prickly, and not at all what I expected from her, and that's ignoring the fact that she's my flame element. She was a bit hostile, but she gave me free chips at the end of the day. I think that means she's opened up to working with me more. I'm not sure how I feel about those cat girls about the lab, though. I have a feeling they don't get a whole lot of business. Lisa's job will be interesting, and if I can keep up a solid arrest record like I did today, I'll be transferred to the day shift and no. No. As a fellow night shift worker, no the fuck you won't. I don't want to go to the day shift, to be clear, but I know several people who do. They're never getting up. If you join night shift, you're never getting up. And if you get transferred to night shift, you're dead. Ever. Speaking of which, I really need to go to bed. This nocturnal cycle is absolutely wrecking, and it's only been a day. 6 in the morning, I should be getting up for the day, not going to bed. What? Hold the fuck up. You get up at 6 a.m.? Hunter, I'm liking you less and less by the fucking sentence my brother and Ra. You disgust me. You're what's wrong with humanity. Oh god. If any of you are like morning people, I'm not sorry. I don't think I'll ever get used to this, but I should try to get used to That was a rough night. I mean, hey, I need to prevent white as soon as possible. Start making it real noisy during the day. Some kids upstairs waking me up every hour. That bloody electric constant. I should probably get some blackout rings too. Sleep better if it's dark in here. I headache. I really need a coffee. Apparently it's 2 p.m. I got home at 6 a.m. So that's 6 hours of sleep. Not too horrendous, actually. Oh god, I'm really. And getting up early isn't the worst thing. I've got 6 hours to kill before I start my ACPD. I'll shower and then maybe check out the Ranvier Mall. Maybe I can treat myself with pancakes for breakfast. Though I really doubt breakfast places are open this week. I guess I could settle for a burger. I'm really craving. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. Okay. Weird place to be off. But this is. I know. I would have left it off. However, right about it. Anyway. This has been Help I'm Turning Into a Mermaid. So far, we have not need help because we aren't turning into a mermaid. I don't really like Hunter yet, but I'm 100% sure that he'll grow on me. I can't name a single character in the entirety of the series that I haven't liked at some point, right? After they kind of piss me off. All of them are really good characters. They're pretty well written too. And I assume that Hunter has like a good and compelling story. My only biggest, gripe with him is that, as far as I know, right now, which is, hugely not even that big of a deal, he doesn't have a reason for being so non-violent, which immediately leads me to just being a little bit less receptive to any of his non-violence, right? So, eventually we're gonna find out that his, father was a criminal, or was, assumed to be a criminal, and had a perfectly reasonable explanation for what was going on, but ended up dying or something like that, right? Or it's going to be something along those lines. Something stupid like I was once tased unrightfully, and so I never want anyone to go through that. There's going to be some reason why he's so passive about things, right? Because I'm sure somebody offered him the electric shotgun beforehand. Or maybe nobody did. Maybe he didn't get offered the electric shotgun. And once he sees Max's old electric shotgun, he's gonna immediately go, oh hell, and like go back to violence, right? But like I at this point don't understand why he's non-violent, other than he thinks that it has merit, which there are definitely merits, and I will never disagree with that. But like, there's so much more merit to violence, like so much more. But I've talked Euros off enough. Thanks for watching. You have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.